Prema banya loye nitai, I lagora deshe. Dubilo bakata gana, dinahina base. Dinahina pati tapa maranahi bache. Brahmara dulaba prema sabakare dache. Abara karuna sindhu katiya muhana. Gore gore bhule prema amiyara bana. Lo chambole hey no nitai devana bajilo. Janiya shuniya se atmagati hailo. Daya nitai, daya nitai, daya nitai, daya nitai. Daya nitai, daya nitai, daya nitai, daya nitai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari
Hari Bol. Jai Guru Dev. Jai Gaura Hari. Good morning, everyone. I'm looking at a different camera this morning for some reason. But welcome to Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta London morning program, and on a beautiful morning in London, and we will continue with Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. So can anybody tell me what's going on? What happened to Lord Jagannath?
He was getting some nourishment.
Yeah, he got a cold.
Apartment.
Yes, he got a cold. After his snan yatra, he had a bath and then he got a bit chilly and cold and wasn't feeling very well. So he retired to his private apartment in the Jagannath Mandir. He's got a private apartment. So he went there and received some nourishment. But what was happening with Mahaprabhu during this time?
He was touring South India.
He became very sad and torn with separation from Jagannath, because for 2 weeks he couldn't see Jagannath because he's in his private apartment. So where did he go? Alalanath. He took himself off to Alalanath, which is not far from Puri, and he was there. And then the devotees came, and then we finished yesterday. After due consideration, all the devotees began chanting the holy name congregationally. Lord Chaitanya's mind was thus pacified by the ecstasy of the chanting. So they went and found Mahaprabhu in Alalanath, and by their association and their chanting and dancing, Mahaprabhu became peaceful after experiencing so much separation from Lord Jagannath. So that's where we were. We're hearing a synopsis, actually, of the whole of the later pastimes of Mahaprabhu. So we're in the first chapter of the Madhya-līlā, and we're going to start on text 127. 127. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanja Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanja Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna. We moved cameras again, so I'm going to readjust, realign myself with the environment. Try to do that. Hare Krishna. Okay, so text 127. And we're carrying on. Purave jabe Prabhu Ramanandara milila nilachari ashe bhari tara agya dila. Previously, when Mahaprabhu had been touring South India, he met Ramananda Rai on the banks of the Godavari. At that time, it had been decided that Ramananda Rai would resign from his post as governor and return to Jagannath Puri to live with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai Srila Gurudev, Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswami Maharaj. Rajagyalayateo Aila Katadine, Rachidine Krishna Kata Ramananda Sane. Upon the order of Mahaprabhu, Sri Ramananda Rai took leave of the king and returned to Jagannath Puri. After he arrived, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very much enjoyed talking with him, both day and night, about Lord Krishna and his pastimes. Kashi Mishra Kripa Prajumna Mishradi Milan Paramananda Puri Govinda Kashishvara Gaman. After Ramananda Rai's arrival, Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy upon Kashi Mishra and met Prajumna Mishra and other devotees. At that time, 3 personalities, Paramananda Puri, Govinda, and Kashishvara, came to see Lord Chaitanya at Jagannath Puri. Damodara Svarupa Milane Parama Ananda Shikimahiti Milana Raya Bhavananda. Eventually there was a meeting with Swarup Damodara Goswami, and the Lord became very greatly pleased. Then there was a meeting with Shikimahiti and with Bhavananda Rai, the father of Ramananda Rai. Gaura Haite Sava Vaishnavera Agaman Kulina Gramabasi Sange Pratama Milan. So all the devotees from Bengal gradually began arriving at Jagannath Puri. And at that time, the residents of Kulinagram also came to see Mahaprabhu for the first time. Naraharidasa Adijata Kandavasi Shivananda Sena Sange Milila Sabe Ashe. Eventually, Naraharidas and other inhabitants of Kanda, along with Shivananda Sena, all arrived, and Mahaprabhu met them. Snana Yachadeki Prabhu Sange Bhaktagan Sabala Kaila Prabhu Gundicha Majana. After seeing the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed and cleaned Sri Gundicha temple with the assistance of many devotees. Sabe Sange Ratayacha Kaila Darashana Rate Agre Nityakari Ujjane Gaman. After this, Mahaprabhu and all the devotees saw the Ratha Yatra, the car festival ceremony. Mahaprabhu himself danced in front of the car, and after dancing, he entered a garden. Pratra Parudrera Kripa Kaila Seishtana Gaudiya Bhakti Agyadila Vidayera Dina. In that garden, Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy upon King Prataparudra. Afterwards, when the Bengali devotees were about to return home, the Lord gave separate orders to almost every one of them. Pratyabda ashive ratayatra darashane echale chahi bhakta ganara milane. So Pratyabda is every year. Mahaprabhu decided to meet all the devotees of Bengal every year. Therefore, he ordered them to come to see the Ratha Yatra festival. Sarvabhamagari Prabhuda Bhikka Paripati Satira Matakaya Jati Rani Hauk Shati. Mahaprabhu was invited to dine at the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. While he was eating sumptuously, the son-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the husband of his daughter Sati, criticized him. Because of this, Sati's mother cursed him by praying that Sati would become a widow. In other words, she cursed her son-in-law to die. Yes. Vasantera advaitari bhaktera agaman prabhura dekita sabe karila gaman. At the end of the year, all the devotees from Bengal, headed by Advaita Acharya, again came to see the Lord. Indeed, there was a great rush of devotees to Jagannath Puri. So we're going to hear more about all these pastimes. This is just an overview. Yeah, synopsis, that's the word. And then later on we'll hear all the details of these various pastimes. Anande sabhare niya dena vasastan Shivananda Sena Kare Sabara Palan. When all the devotees from Bengal arrived, Mahaprabhu allotted them residential quarters, and Shivananda Sen was put in charge of their maintenance. Got to find somewhere for everyone to sleep. Shivanandera Sange Aila Kukura Bhagyavan Prabhuda Charana Deki Kaila Antadan. This is the beautiful pastime. A dog accompanied Shivananda Sen and the devotees. And that dog was so fortunate that after seeing the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was liberated and went back home, back to Godhead. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Sundarada Giriraj. Pate Sarvabhauma Sahasabara Milan Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya Kashite Gaman. Everyone met Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya on his way to Varanasi. Very short translation. Prabhura milila sava Vaishnava ashia jalakriya kaila Prabhu sabara laya. After arriving at Puri, all the Vaishnavas met with Mahaprabhu. Later, Mahaprabhu sported in the water, taking all the devotees with him. Sabalaya kaila gundicha griya samajana ratayacha darashane prabhura natana. First, the Lord washed the temple of Gundicha very thoroughly. Then everyone saw the Ratha-yacha festival and the Lord's dancing before the car. Upavane kaila Prabhu vivida vilas Prabhura abhisheka kaila vipra Kṛṣṇadāsa. In the garden along the road from the Jagannath temple to Gundicha, Mahaprabhu performed various pastimes. A Brahmin named Kṛṣṇadāsa performed the bathing ceremony of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gundichate nritya ante kaila jala keli. Hera panchamite dekila Lakshmi devira keli. After dancing in the Gundicha temple, the Lord sported in the water with his devotees, and on Hera Panchami day, they all saw the activities of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi. Krishna Janma Jatrate Prabhu Gopavesha Haila Dadi Bhara Vahitabe Lagura Viraila. On Janmastami, Lord Krishna's birthday, Mahaprabhu dressed himself as a cowherd boy. At that time, he carried a balance with pots of yogurt and wheeled a rod about. So he's carrying a pole with pots of yogurt and swinging a stick around. Gaura Bhaktagane Tabe Kaila Vidhaya Sangara Bhaktalaya Kari Kirtana Sadaya. After this, Mahaprabhu bade farewell to all the devotees from Gaudadesh, Bengal, and continued chanting with his intimate devotees who constantly remained with him. Vrindavana Jaite Kaila Gaurera Gaman Prachaparuja Kaila Pate Vivida Sevana. To visit Vrindavan, the Lord went to Bengal. On the way, King Prataparuja performed a variety of services to please the Lord. Puri Gosai Sange Vastra Pradana Prasanga Ramanandaraya Aila Bhadraka Paryanta. On the way to Vrindavan via Bengal, there was an incident wherein some cloth was exchanged with Puri Gosai. Sri Ramananda Rai accompanied the Lord as far as the city of Bhadraka. Ashi Vidya Vachashpatira Griyate Rahila Prabhura Dekite Loka Sangata Haila. Loka Sangata, crowds and crowds. When Mahaprabhu reached Vijayanagar, Bengal, on the way to Vrindavan, he stopped at the house of Vidya Vachashpati, who was the brother of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. When Mahaprabhu suddenly arrived at his house, great crowds of people gathered. Panchadina deke loka naika vishrama, loka bhaya rache prabhu aila kuliya grama. For 5 consecutive days, all the people gathered to see the Lord, and still there was no rest. Out of fear of the crowd, Mahaprabhu left at night and went to the town of Kulia, which is present-day Navadip. And then Srila Prabhupada said, if one considers the statements of the Chaitanya Bhagavat, along with the description by Lochandas Thakur, it is clear that present-day Navadip was formerly known as Kuliyagram. While at Kuliyagram, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his favour upon Devananda Pandit. and delivered Gopal Chapal and many others who had previously committed offences at his lotus feet. At that time, to go from Vidyanagar to Kuliyagram, one had to cross a branch of the Ganga. All of those old places still exist. Chinadhanga was formerly situated in Kuliyagram, which is now known as Kolaganj. Ah, Jai.
The same as Koladanta?
Yes, I think so. I think so. Yes, Kolaganj. Kuliya gramete Prabhu Shunya Agaman Koti Koti Loka Shikaila Darashan. So they heard and they came. Hearing of the Lord's arrival in Kuliyagram, many hundreds of thousands of people came to see him. Kuliyagrame Kaila Devanandara Prasada Gopala Vipredak Shamaila Shivasaparada. The specific acts performed by Mahaprabhu at this time were his showing favour to Devananda Pandit and excusing the Brahman known as Gopal Chapal from the offence he had committed at the lotus feet of Srivas Thakur. Pashandi Nindaka Ashi Parila Charane Aparada Kshami Tare Dila Krishna Preme. Many atheists and blasphemers came and fell at the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord, in return, excused them and gave them Krishna Prema. Jai. Vrindavana Jabena Prabhu Shuni Nrsimhananda Pata Sajaila Mani Paya Ananda. When Nrsimhananda Brahmachari heard that Mahaprabhu would go to Vrindavan, he became very pleased and mentally began decorating the way there. Such a beautiful pastime too. Kulyanagara Haite Pata Ratne Bandaila Nivrinta Pushpa Shaya Upare Patila. First, Nrsimhananda Brahmachari completed a broad road starting from the city of Kulia. He bedecked the road with jewels, upon which he then laid a bed of stemless flowers. Pata duidike pushpa bakula shreni, madhye madhye duipashe divya pushkarini. He mentally decorated both sides of the road with bakul flower trees, and at intervals on both sides he placed lakes of a transcendental nature. Hare Krishna. Ratna Bandagat Tai Prafula Kamala Nana Paki Kolohala Shuddhasama Jala. The lakes had bathing places constructed of jewels, and they were filled with blossoming lotus flowers. There were various birds chirping, and the water was exactly like nectar. This is what Nrsimhananda Brahmachari is creating. Look how many verses he's getting in this synopsis. He's getting quite a few verses. I think Kavirāja Gosvāmī also likes this pastime a lot. Shitala Samira Vai Nana Gandalai Kanaira Natashala Payanta Laila Mandina. The entire road was surcharged with many cool breezes which carried the fragrances from various flowers. He carried the construction of this road as far as Kanai Natashala. And then Srila Prabhupada tells us that Kanai Natashala is about 200 miles from Kolkata on the loop line of the Eastern Railway. 200 miles. Age mana nai chala na pare bandite pata banda na jaya Nishinga Haila Vishmite. within the mind of Nrsimhananda Brahmachari, the road could not be constructed beyond Kanai-natashala. He could not understand why the road's construction could not be completed, and thus he was greatly astonished. What's going on? Nischaya kariyakai shuna bhaktagan ebera na jabena Prabhu Shri Vrindavan. With great assurance, Nischaya, with great assurance, he then told the devotees that Lord Chaitanya would not go to Vrindavan at that time. And then Srila Prabhupada tells us, Srila Nrsimhananda Brahmachari was a great devotee of Mahaprabhu. Therefore, when he heard that from Kulia, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to Vrindavan, although he had no material wealth, he began to construct within his mind a very attractive path or road for Mahaprabhu to traverse. Some of the description is given above. But even mentally, he could not construct the road beyond Kanai-natashala. Therefore, he concluded that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not go to Vrindavan at that time. For a pure devotee, it is the same whether he materially constructs a path or constructs one within his mind. This is because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana, is bhavagrahi, or appreciative of sentiment. Bhavagrahi. He is appreciative of the sentiment. For him, a path made with actual jewels and a path made of mental jewels are the same. Though subtle, mind is also matter. So any path, indeed, anything for the service of the Lord, whether in gross matter or in subtle matter, is accepted equally by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord accepts the attitude of his devotee and sees how much he is prepared to serve him. The devotee is at liberty to serve the Lord either in gross matter or in subtle matter. The important point is that the service be in relation with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam, Jo me bhaktya prayachati, tadaham bhakti uparitam, ashnami prayatatmanaha. If one offers me with love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. The real ingredient is bhakti, devotion. Pure devotion is uncontaminated by the modes of material nature. Ahaitaki apratiyata. Unconditional devotional service cannot be checked by any material condition. This means that one does not have to be very rich to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even the poorest man can equally serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead if he has pure devotion. If there is no ulterior motive, devotional service cannot be checked by any material condition. Hare Krishna. So, Kananira natashala haite ashiba piriya janive paschata kailo nishchaya kariya. Nrsimhananda Brahmachari said, the Lord will go to Kanai-natashala and then will return. All of you will come to know of this later, but I now say this with great assurance. He knows. Gosai kuliya haite chalila vrindavana sange sahasreka loka jata bhaktagana. When Mahaprabhu began to proceed from Kuliya towards Vrindavan, thousands of men were with him, and all of them were devotees. Jahan Jaya Prabhu tan koti shankya loka deki aisha deki kande dukash deki kande dukkha shoka. Wherever the Lord visited, crowds of innumerable people came to see him. When they saw him, all their unhappiness and lamentation disappeared. It's reminding us of when Srila Gurudev would, when Srila Gurudev would come and all the devotees so happy. What number are we on? 165. Thanks, Diddy. Sorry about that. Okay. Jan Jan Prabhu Charana Paraye Chalite Semurita Kalaya Loka Gata Hayapati. Whenever the Lord touched the road with his lotus feet, people immediately came and gathered the dirt. Indeed, they gathered so many that many holes were created in the road. Oh dear. Aichi Chali Aila Prabhu Ramakeli Gram. Ooh, he's arrived in Ramakeli. I wonder what's going to happen here. Gauraranikate Grama Ati Anupam. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eventually arrived at a village named Ramakeli. The village is situated on the border of Bengal and is very exquisite. Anupama. Ati Upama. Very exquisite. Okay, let's leave there and then we can just have a little bit of affectionate guidance, because that's a lovely place. Mahaprabhu's just arrived in Ramakeli on the border of Bengal and I guess Bihar. I'm thinking must be, but anyway. So Jai Shri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai, and Jai Mahaprabhu and all his wonderful devotees ki Jai. Srila Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī for writing, and Srila Prabhupada A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada for translating. So we shall leave Ramakeli and go by the speed of heart to London. Jai. Because there is what is happening is an address to the assembled devotees in London, and we heard yesterday so many lovely things, and there was some Krishna was being his naughty self, no doubt, and he stole the temple in London. And then Gurudev said, "My feeling is that direct service is wanted from us, and I think very soon the temple will appear again. It has now appeared, but it is in the form of a rented house. But I think that Guru Gauranga Radha Shyama Sundar must be in their own house. If Shyama Sundar wants to take our service, if he wants to take our service, then it can happen very quickly. Anyhow, our preaching program must continue. What has been initiated in London, that must not stop. That is my prayer to Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Guru Maharaj and his devotees. Yet you please try to continue it. And through this service, we can get everything. Etat sarvam garo bhaktya purusho yanjasa jayet. If we know something of the scriptures, then we can understand that through the service of Guru Maharaj and the Vaishnavas, we will get everything. Ecstasy, nectar, love, beauty in the transcendental service world. And that is our life's goal. Then he quotes this beautiful shloka from Srila Madhavendra Puri. Sandhya vandana bhajramastu bhavato bho snana tubhyam namo bodheva padirascha tapana vidho nahang shamaksham yatam yachakvapi nishadya chara yadava kulat samsaya kangsha dvisha smarang agam harami tarelam manye kim ananyame. Gurudev says Sandhya, Vandanam, Snana, Puja, Archan. That means morning, noon and evening prayers, recital of formal prayers, ritual ablution, formal worship, and ritualistic worship of the deity in the temple. All are in the line of vidhi, calculative devotion. But we are followers of Ragamarg, and Guru Maharaj is our preceptor and guardian of devotion. We have no problem. We may stay anywhere, but we must not forget our life, and that is the service life. Service is life. Preaching, that is also service. Eating, that can be service. Sleeping, that can be service. I'm not telling you thereby to sleep always, but for what purpose am I sleeping? After sleeping, we will feel much energy, and that is for serving Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. And Gurudev says, today I was talking up to 4 o'clock, and talking so much a fever came. Then I took some rest, and after awakening, I am feeling very nice again. And now I am talking with you. So sleeping can be service. Everything can be transformed into service. Karma and bhakti, outwardly, they are not different. Karma and bhakti, looking, they're not different. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said in Sri Brahma Samhita that outwardly karma and bhakti appear to hold the same position. But when karma is in the line of devotion and in the line of Vedic instruction, that is karma mishra bhakti. And that will lead us to jnana mishra bhakti. And that can give us yoga mishra bhakti. However, all these have the touch of the mundane world. But our line is the line of pure devotion to Krishna. That is to first offer our everything to Krishna. And only then will we do ananya-bhajan. Then everything is going to Krishna, good or bad. And we have no problem. We can live anywhere and do anything, as long as we do not forget our inner duty. And then no reaction of this world will come to us. Everything belongs to Krishna and everything goes to Krishna. And this is the teaching of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Swami Maharaj. Offense to the Vaishnavas is the only bad thing for us. If we can take care of this consciousness, then we will have no problem, and we will be able to do anything and everything for the service of Krishna. This is true, says Gurudev. He adds that. This is true. Once a great sadhu of South India was ordered by Sri Ranganath, "You make my temple." By his order, that sadhu went to the kings. And at that time, there were many kings in India, and he petitioned them. Sri Ranganath has ordered that I build a temple within 7 compound walls where he will reside. If you will help me, I will be very happy, and you will be greatly benefited. But none of the kings would give him help, and so he was dejected, sitting under a tree, thinking, what shall I do now? It's the order of Ranganath, but I have no capacity to do this seva. This is Tirumangal Alwa, I think he's talking about. Amazing, amazing pastimes. It was then that some men came to him. He preached to them, and they were convinced and said to him, Prabhu, we can build your temple. Each of them had a special ability. One could convince others to do his will just by speaking to him. Another could open any lock. And another could immobilize anyone just by touching them. Using their powers, they resolved to plunder the treasuries of the kings. And if you see this temple of Sri Ranganath, you will see their grand success. They are from the Sri Sampradaya, and that is a very heavy Sampradaya. They are followers of Vidimarg, very strict rules and regulations. But by the order of Ranganathji, they can do anything and everything. That type of Raga Bhakti came to them after that very grand seva was established there. But this was the way in which the temple of Sri Ranganath manifested in the world. Our creed is Raga Bhakti. We live for that. Jena tena prakarena mana Krishna niveshayet, from the Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu. With all our effort, we should try to serve Guru Vaishnava. And that is the teaching of our master. But our master does not say, do robbery. He doesn't say, go and steal the money to buy. We have other methods of attempt, and through those we shall serve as much as possible. I think the temple will come. Someone will come forward by the will of Krishna. And the charge for the saver of that temple will come to us, and we shall not forget that. If we try in this way, it will come very quickly. I have received much good response from the Western world. This is Gurudev's first world tour. He's speaking in
1992.
Yes, and he's speaking in London. I've only come to meet with my friends and family, actually. But I am a sannyasi and preaching always follows me. During this tour, I have been staying in various places, sometimes 3 days, sometimes 4 days, and sometimes only 1 day. But wherever I have been, I have received much good response. Just this morning, I received a fax from San Jose. They were ahead of the game at that time, sending faxes, 1992. Just this morning, I received a fax from San Jose, and there the devotees went to buy some land. I asked them to try again, to again establish our mott there. And already they are engaged in this task. And I think our London mott must also come very quickly by the grace of Srila Guru Maharaj. I'm seeing the enthusiasm of you all, my friends, my god brothers, my worshipable devotees, and I have no doubts in this regard. Krishna wants direct service from us, then why should we be misers to give that? We are holding the ego that I am devoted to Krishna. Then now we must show that. Krishna has given us all some ability or some facility, and we are holding that. Everyone has some capacity, and through that capacity we can all do something. Now the cause has come, and we are all together. We must think. Guru Maharaj has left us much wealth in his books, and we are publishing many more. It's no joking matter. At one time, Srila Keshav Maharaj told me, Govinda Maharaj, if you can publish 12 books, then I will put your name on the publisher's list, and you will receive much help and facility from the government. Then we had only published 8 books. But I told Keshav Maharaj that I would try to publish another 4. Although it was very difficult and we only had a little money, I managed to do it. Now we have published over 60 books from Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. But still to this day I have not approached the government. I will not even give one of our books for review. It is my thinking that who are they to review Guru Maharaj's books? The government. They have no capacity. I do not want their certificate for Guru Maharaj, so I have not given even one book for review. If they will say that there's something wrong with that book, I cannot tolerate it. They have no right to review Guru Maharaj's book. Since I have come to the West, many newspapers from around the world have given a good report about our world tour. Only this morning I received a clipping from an Australian newspaper. The article was called Ganges Comes to Australia. Jai, Mahaprabhu ki jai. We are not looking for their praise, but still it's coming. Actually, we know they have no right to give certificate to us. We are reading with Lord Brahma and with Lord Shiva in the same class. Guru Maharaj told us this. We are reading with Lord Brahma and with Lord Shiva in the same class. Guru Maharaj told us this. Once when he was very young, Haricharan Prabhu was studying Sanskrit with me. We had both passed some examination, and Haricharan Prabhu told me that he wanted to continue his studies at college. He told me, I will return to my family home, and after I graduate from college, I will come back to the Math. I was very sad. At that time, there were only 3 or 4 brahmacharis. So I went to Guru Maharaj and told him, Maharaj, Haricharan Prabhu wants to return to his home for studying. And when he is graduated, he will come back to the Math. Guru Maharaj called Haricharan Prabhu and said, you are very foolish. You do not know what you are studying here. You've been living here with me and other Vaishnavas for 2 years, but you've not got any good feelings for that. Haricharan was thinking, what is it that Guru Maharaj wants to say? And Guru Maharaj continued, do you know where you are living? You are living in the same college with Lord Brahma, with Lord Shiva, with Shukadev, with Vyasadeva, and with many of the stalwart rishis. You are studying in the same class as them. So what more will you get if you go back to your house? And Guru Maharaj expanded on this point with many explanations, and Haricharan Prabhu never returned to his family home. So we are all studying in the same class with Lord Brahma, Narad, Lord Shiva, and if we try to realize that, then we will get much strength, and we must proceed more exclusively in the line of Krishna consciousness and together helping each other. Congregational chanting will give us more benefit, but if we look at each other with an eye to find wrong, then that possibility, beautiful garland has appeared around the beautiful lotus form of Mahāprabhu. Congregational chanting will give us more benefit, but if we look at each other with an eye to find wrong, then that possibility will go far away from us. So we must not make offense to each other. An ego, that's a very bad thing. We must leave the ego. The ego is with everyone. No one can say they have no ego, but we must leave aside the mundane ego and only keep one ego, and that is, I am the servant of the Vaishnavas. This is the main conception needed for the conditioned soul. Vaishnavi Pratishta Tate Koronishta. Srila Saraswati Thakur has written this in his poem, Who is a Vaishnava? When your ego will grow to embrace the ideal that you are the servitor of a Vaishnava, you try and hold that within your heart. I am very happy and feeling much peace in my heart that all my God brothers and God sisters and all my friends, they are very enthusiastic to chant congregationally with me, and that inspiration is coming more and more. And it is very hopeful, no doubt. And if you will continue this, I can come again and again, no problem at all. Before it was not my plan, but I was invited by the devotees. And now I am thinking not only India, not only Puri, Navadvip and Vrindavan, but with the association of the devotees, I will preach something in the West also. If Krishna and Guru Maharaj will give me that chance again, then why should I not take it? I shall try to serve the devotees. Preaching is our life, and Guru Maharaj has given that life to me, and I am trying as much as possible. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakak Shridhar Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. And Sri Chaitanya Saraswat, London, East Side and West Side ki Jai. So we finish this section now, and tomorrow we'll continue with excerpts from letters. So that will also be very wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Maybe quick Kavirāja, because they used to finish at 8:30.
Oh, so if we can sing, oh maybe, no, we could get Shreyash to sing the Gosvāmī has to come. If you can just quickly fetch him, well, just fetch him, you know, normal speed. That would be good. So who's a quick singer then? Are you a quick singer? Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yaravaya.
Jai. Jai.
Namacharya Srila Thakur
Jai.
Chaitanya SCSMath ki Jai.
Jai.
Saraswat London ki Jai.
Jai.
All the devotees ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai.